Chemical Reactions Lab. In this lab, you will observe 8 different chemical reactions for evidence of a chemical reaction. You will classify the chemical reactions as either a synthesis, decomposition, single replacement, double replacement, or a combustion reaction. And finally, you will correctly balance the chemical reactions. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with the first chemical reaction. The first chemical reaction that you're going to observe here is going to be the elephant toothpaste. In this chemical reaction, we're going to start with 3 ingredients. We have hydrogen peroxide, dishwashing liquid, and then I have an aqueous solution of sodium iodine. I'm going to start with the hydrogen peroxide. And I'm just going to add a little bit of food coloring. Remember, solubility is not a chemical reaction. And then next, I'm going to do the liquid dishwashing. And lastly, if we're talking about a catalyst, we're talking about sodium iodine to be our catalyst. Let's see what's going to happen once we add it. So observe any changes right there. And there you go. That is the elephant toothpaste. All right, so the next reaction we have here is the chemistry. Basically, there are 2 materials here, copper wire and then the silver nitrate, which is a colorless solution. I place the copper wire biochemistry inside the beaker containing the silver nitrate solution and allow it to react overnight, and this is what you see. You will be able to see something here at the side. There you go. And also at the bottom. The next one is the death of the gummy bear. And of course, the main star here is Mr. Gummy Bear. In the field of science, we just have to sacrifice, all right? Also have potassium chloride, which I place inside this test tube right here. Basically, all we have to do here is to start off with to heat it up a very high flame so that it will start to melt. And the moment that it starts to melt, we just have to drop our gummy bear right here. And I want you to observe what will happen. It will just take a little while for it to just a little while again. The potassium chloride is a white powdery solid. And we have Mr. Gummy Bear. I chose red, no specific reason. Okay, you'll be able to see that it starts melting now. You see some precipitates right here at the top. You can see now that it's turning into a liquid. You'll be able to see that there is some liquid of potassium chlorate already starting to form. So I'm going to get ready to drop our gummy bear. And then I'm going to remove the flame, and here we go. Make sure you are observing everything that has happened in this chemical reaction. And there you go. All right, so this one is the carbon sulfate. We have sugar inside the beaker and concentrated sulfuric acid. Basically, I'm just going to mix them and I want you to observe what will happen to the sugar here. So I want you to be able to compare the before and after of the sugar here. Notice any changes right there? You'll be able to see some bubbles forming there. Okay, the next type of reaction would be the burning of magnesium ribbon. I'm just going to turn on the flame. This is going to be a simple one. Just hold with the tongs, pick up your magnesium ribbon, and then I'm going to burn it. Observe what will happen now. Okay, so now I want you to be able to compare the before and after for the magnesium ribbon. All right, let's look at the before and after. Observe. So this time we are going to mix now aqueous solution of lead nitrate and aqueous solution of potassium iodine. I'm going to go ahead and start transferring some of the lead nitrate. Notice this is a colorless liquid. So I'm just doing about 5 pipettes full of that. Now here is the aqueous solution of potassium iodine, another colorless solution, and see what happens when you mix them together. There you go. After a few minutes, notice what was actually deposited here at the bottom of your test tube. We have a solid material at the bottom. This one is known as the Ira Ramson demo. I have here a tall, about 500 milliliters graduated cylinder. I have a copper wire. Normally I'd use pre-1992 pennies, but because there's a shortage of coins, I'm gonna use the copper wire. So basically I'm gonna drop the copper wire there. I have nitric acid. Now I'm just going to pour nitric acid water and watch what happens. Notice right here at the bottom what is happening and what is coming out of here. We are doing this under the fume hood so that the moment that we turn it on, it will suck out most of those vapors. Now, if we wanted to stop the reaction here, normally it would be acid to water. But in this case, if we wanted to stop the reaction altogether, we're just going to pour water and watch what happens. So I have a bath and I'm gonna add some gas outlets. The moment that I submerge this, it's going to form bubbles, methane gas, and then we're gonna see what happens. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and submerge and start creating the bubbles. This is gonna happen fast, so let's go ahead and watch what's gonna happen. Okay, here we go.